Hey there guys, what is going on? We are taking our first look at the Season 4 guns today. We are presenting a class setup made for us by, of course, the main man, TurboMan, who is out there doing absolutely fantastic content. If you don't know who TurboMan is, go check out his channel. The link will be on the screen right now and, of course, in the description. Make sure you do go check him out, show him some love. Of course, we are talking about the MG82 here, which is based on the Amelie, and this thing is an absolute melt machine. Now, if we do look at the M82's time to kill here, basically it sits just below 300 milliseconds, which is really nice for this particular weapon, and it does feature a damage range that's sort of about 20-ish meters or so, and then it does actually feature the fastest time to kill outside of those distances with some of the other LMGs in this game. They're a little bit janky at the moment with sort of the damage ranges and stuff like that, but with such a high fire rate, this thing has a very fast time to kill and is a very impressive weapon in Cold War Season 4. So of course, just before we do jump into our class setup here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do massively appreciate it and it really does help me out. We're calling about 110 subscribers away from about 5,000, which would be absolutely fantastic. And we might have something a little special once we do hit 5,000, so make sure you don't miss out on any of that. Of course, let's just jump straight into our M82 class setup here. That is, of course, designed by TurboMan. So as usual, guys, the timestamps are going to be on the video's loading bar and, of course, in the description. So if you are looking for something specific, make sure you do just skip to that section. But as usual, we are starting off with our secondary here, which we're choosing the nail gun for some reason. This is a goofy little special sidearm that we have taken the time to unlock for you guys, and it's bad, but it's fun to use. You can choose, of course, whatever secondary you do prefer, whether that be like a shotgun, an AMP-63, Diamante, whatever. We like the nail gun because it's a little bit of fun here. In the tactical slot, we are going for the stim shot here because being able to continue our gun streaks after we do take some damage is very important for this game. In the lethal slot, we are taking the Semtex here because being able to stick people and get an easy kill is very satisfying here. But it also does good work, but you can take a C4 or whatever you prefer. And then in the field upgrade slot, we are taking the jammer here because this does help us deny enemy information on the minimap. And that is very powerful to have a little area where people can't see you. Then the wildcards here, we're actually going for perk greed, which is quite unusual for an LMG. We don't actually need 8 attachments on this thing to make it very powerful. So again, perk greed gives us 6 perks. And speaking of those perks, they are flak jacket, forward intel, flak jacket for that explosive resistance. And somebody asked me the other day what forward intel does, and basically it does give you the enemy respawn locations on the outside of your minimap. Those little red dots that flash around your minimap, they are very useful pieces of information, as well as also giving you a slightly larger minimap as well. In the perk 2 slot, we are going for scavenger and tracker here to get that extra ammo on people we do kill, as well as having those enemy footprints, and then ninja and ghost to round out this class setup. Then the M82's attachments. This thing is an absolute melt machine in this game. As I said, this does feature a time to kill that is a bit below 300 milliseconds, which is basically the benchmark for good weapons in this game. Our attachments are going to start off actually with the barrel here, and this is the Task Force variety. This does give us a 10% increase to our damage here, as well as 100% increase to our effective damage range, and 38% increase to our bullet velocity. This is pretty much a must-have for most LMGs in the game at the moment, and this does take our stats to 33 damage per bullet, 38 meters of damage range, and 830 meters of bullet velocity, which is absolutely fantastic for hit detection here. This particular weapon does have relatively easy to control recoil, so we do take an underbarrel. We want that infiltrated grip. This does give us a 5% increase to our movement speed, shooting movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. This is a pretty significant boost here, but if you feel like you do need a little bit more recoil control, you can take something like the SFOD speed grip for 12% sprinting movement speed and 15% horizontal recoil control. Then in the magazine slot, this thing does have 100 rounds in the mag by default, but does have quite a slow reload speed as it is an LMG, so we are taking the Salvo 150 round fast mag here. This does give us more bullets, a faster reload speed, it's just good stats all round. It actually only decreases our aim down sight speed by 10%, which is really nice here. Speaking of aim down sight speed, we want to take the airborne elastic wrap here. This does give us a 30% increase to that aim down sight speed, which is the real star of the show here. This does take our aim down sight speed to 466 milliseconds, which is still a little slow, but it's quite fast for LMGs. And when you do walk around with those sights aimed up anyway, you don't really notice it too much. And then lastly, because we do have our aim down sight up most of the time, the SAS combat stock is a fantastic option here. This does give us an increase to our shooting movement speed of 10%, as well as 75% increase to our aim walking movement speed, meaning we can walk around the map quite quickly when we are aimed down sight. Again, as I said guys, this class setup did come to us courtesy of TurboMan, who is absolutely fantastic. Go check him out if you have not already done so. And we're going to jump into some gameplay here and have an excellent time with this thing, because I really do like this particular weapon. Not so much the other DLC weapon they did add in the most recent Battle Pass, but we'll talk about that another day. Alrighty, apparently we have jumped into a game halfway through, so we have one half of domination on hijack to show off what we can do with this weapon. I really do think this LMG is very powerful here. I feel like the time to kill is relatively fast for this game. It is slightly above 300 milliseconds, which is pretty much all you are looking to hit in this game. It's actually faster than the AK-47, which we do regard as one of the best weapons in the game. That being said, it is a little interesting on the aim down side. It is, of course, an LMG after all, so it's always going to be a little slower, but it does make up for being able to kill people very, very quickly up close, especially with that very high fire rate. And that's a little sign of what's to come here with this particular weapon. I do think a lot of people are going to be using it because it is actually what we're inside. We're inside, okay? Just, yeah, that's fine. Whatever, that's fine. It's always tricky jumping into a game halfway and then being like, oh, hey, yeah, you can do some work for us here? Yeah, probably not, because it's always a little tough jumping into a game halfway when people have got their kill streaks going. You're going to die a little bit more than you probably would be expecting to normally. But we can only do what we can do here. We might actually end up throwing in another game. We'll have to wait and see how we do in this one first, I think. Just got to keep an eye out for people spawning at the back of the boat here. There's going to be a guy just there. No, we actually can't kill that guy, so we'll jump up the top. Oh, boy. He did actually follow us, which was probably a bad idea for him, especially given that he didn't... There you go, there, that's him there. He didn't really know where we were, so him pushing like that was probably not ideal. But again, because we are holding this area... Oh no, we're taking A instead. They capped C. Interesting. So again, me peeking out here is probably not a very good idea. Yep. Terrible idea. Really bad idea. We got the kill on him, apparently. I guess. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this game. A lot of kill streaks flying around, and we don't have any just yet because we just started, so... Also, if you haven't tried it out yet, the hand cannon kill streak is absolutely hilarious. It's so powerful. That's a teammate. Like, it's so... No. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. He did the exact same thing just before. Be a little careful. I'm going to try and take out this guy who's coming... This way? Where are we looking? Oh, let's go underneath. I was going to try and get those sights up. You can, of course, switch the magazine out for something a little bit different in terms of aim down sight speed, as the magazine attachment that we do have here is making us quite slow. But I mean, it's an LMG anyway, so it's never going to be that fast. But yeah, it did actually get us killed there in terms of having slow aim down sight speed. But is what it is here. This is still a fun class setup regardless. And once you get those sights up, you absolutely shred through people. So just keep that in mind here. Is a little bit of a trade-off, but again, it is an LMG, so it's never going to be that fast anyway. It's just one of those things you sort of have to deal with. I'm just going to peek over the top again. Yep, that was a bad idea. That was a terrible plan. Oh, man, that guy already had the post up. He was always going to be hard to push off that, and we just couldn't get the shots down range. If you haven't tried... Oh. Just going to keep pre-fire the repeat, boys. No, he did not peek. He did not do that for us. That is really, really lame. But how good's Hijack, dudes? If you haven't played Hijack, man, jump in Cold War, jump in Hijacked. It's so much fun. It's just exactly the map you remember it being. Oh, that's tough. We gotta go. Good thing is we do still have ammo here, which is really, really nice because we are in a little bit of trouble here. We get the nail gun out. No! Of course there's somebody in there. Of course there's somebody in there. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in Season 4, even if both of the weapons are slightly lackluster. I mean, this thing is actually fantastic. It's not lackluster at all, but I'm kind of disappointed about the C58. Again, we are going to talk about that in another video very, very soon. We've got to get up here nice and quickly. The nail gun's a meme. Don't think the nail gun is actually good, but it is definitely a fun thing to use in this game. Yeah, let's just go for it. Ooh. That's not good. I just got hit with a Molotov in the face. That is tough. How are we doing? 16 and 8. It's not the best game of my life, but again, it's always tricky to start. Always tricky to start out here when boys have got their kill streaks going. It's tough. It's tough. Got that guy. Come on, peek me. Come on. Yes. Ah! No! This is fun. We'll get the nail gun out. Come on, boy. Yeah, no. Oh. Hang on a minute. There we go. No, where did it go? Oh my god, what a mess. Oh, I love this game sometimes. Sometimes it frustrates me and sometimes it just does it for me, but I mean, this game is so goofy sometimes. Moments, ooh, hello. Moments like that are why we love Call of Duty. Just being able to pull out the nail gun and have no idea at all what is happening in the game at that point is just so much fun. I love it. I mean, we've not really done this class setup justice by joining a game halfway and then sort of not getting very many kills with it, but we did okay. 20 and 11 is like not a good game, but we had fun, and that is all that matters here. We're going to have our final thoughts on this in just a second here, and again, oh, this is us. This is us. Here we go. This is all you need to know about this thing. 1 kill, 2 kill. Get those shots down range. Oh, watch this guy. Watch this guy peeks me. Not even a problem at all there, guys. So, again, final thoughts in just a second here. So, as you saw there, guys, this thing is an absolute melt machine, man. I love this thing so much. It's definitely the best weapon available in the current battle pass, of course. This C58 is a little bit of a letdown, unfortunately, but again, we will talk about that another day. The MG82 is an absolutely fantastic LMG in this game. It's a little bit more mobile than some of the other options in the LMG category, and does have a very, very fast fire rate to compensate for slightly lower damage numbers, giving it a relatively fast time to kill. Better than 300 milliseconds is always good in this game. Just before we do go here, make sure you do go subscribe to TurboMan if you have not already done so. He does fantastic work over on his channel. And make sure you do hit that subscribe button over here as well if you don't want to miss out on any of the upcoming Season 4 content. We're going to be taking a look at the C58 and maybe the nail gun in a separate video very, very soon, so don't miss out on any of that. And as I said, we are looking for about 110 subscribers for 5,000. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!